From the Gospel according to Matthew, chapter 13, verses 47 to 53. Jesus said to the disciples, "The kingdom of heaven is like a net thrown into the sea, which collects fish of every kind. When it is full, they haul it ashore, and sit down to put what is good into buckets. What is bad they throw away. Thus it will be at the end of the age. The angels will go out and separate the wicked from the righteous and throw them into the fiery furnace, where there will be wailing and grinding of teeth." "Do you understand all these things?" They answered, "Yes." And he replied, "Then every scribe who has been instructed into the kingdom of heaven is like the head of a household who brings from his storeroom both the new and the old." When Jesus finished these parables, he went away from there.
In the Gospel, Jesus speaks of discernment with images taken from ordinary life. For example, he describes the fishers who select the good fish and discard the bad ones, or the merchant who knows how to identify among many pearls the one of the greatest value, or he who, plowing a field, comes across something that turns out to be a treasure. In the final judgment, God will exercise discernment, the great discernment, with regard to us. The images of the farmer, the fisherman, and the merchant are examples of what happens in the kingdom of heaven, a kingdom that manifests itself in the ordinary actions of life, which require us to take a stand. That is why it is so important to be able to discern. Great choices can arise from circumstances that at first seem secondary, but turn out to be decisive. For example, let us think of Andrew and John's first encounter with Jesus, an encounter that stems from a simple question. "Rabbi, where do you live?" "Come and see," says Jesus. A very brief exchange, but it is the beginning of a change that step by step will mark their whole life. Years later, the evangelist will continue to remember that encounter that changed him forever. And he will even remember the time. It was about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It is the hour when time and the eternal met in his life. And in a good decision, correct, there is an encounter between God's will and our will. There is an encounter between the present path and the eternal. Making the right decision after a path of discernment is to make this encounter time with eternity.